Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from NFL News Now. The Dallas Cowboys' latest defeat, a 44-24 embarrassment at the hands of the Denver Broncos, has left the franchise reeling, the fan base boiling, and Dak Prescott standing at the center of a storm that's equal parts frustration and disbelief. After the final whistle in Mile High, Prescott faced reporters with the kind of hollow look only a quarterback can wear after watching his team collapse under the weight of its own inconsistencies. When ESPN's Todd Archer asked him, point blank, "What are you guys right now?" Dak's answer was as telling as it was painful. 3, 4, and 1. I mean, we've got to find consistency, honestly. And right there, in that moment, you could almost hear a collective sigh ripple through Cowboys Nation, a mixture of exhaustion, disappointment, and that unshakable déjà vu feeling fans have come to know all too well. Prescott didn't mince words. He didn't deflect, didn't spin the narrative. Instead, he delivered a gut-level assessment that hit harder than any sack he's taken this season. The frustrating part about coming out here and we lost a game playing our best, you can somewhat live with that, he said. But when we didn't play anything close to that, I mean, think Shoddy said it in there. If there's somebody that feels like they played their best, come forward and say, and I don't know if there's any player in that locker room that's going to feel that way. That kind of honesty from a team leader is admirable, sure, but it's also damning. It's a confession that this team, which was supposed to be a Super Bowl contender, doesn't even recognize itself anymore. And that's the part that stings the most for Cowboys fans, who have been promised glory season after season, only to be handed inconsistency, confusion, and heartbreak in return. In that same clip shared by NFL insider Barry Gibson, Dak went even deeper into what's wrong with the team's identity. So, talking about identity, trying to find it, we were far from anything that we've been, especially on the offensive side of the ball today, he continued. And so that's what's frustrating as anything is we didn't even play to our identity. We didn't play to our standard, and we've got to find a way to do that on the road. It's a reflection of a quarterback who knows his offense should be better, must be better, but can't quite figure out how to make it happen. And when Dak says we didn't play to our identity, it's almost poetic, because right now, no one knows what that identity even is. Are the Cowboys a smash-mouth team built on defense and ball control? Are they an aerial threat powered by Dak's arm and CeeDee Lamb's routes? Or are they simply a group of talented individuals still searching for chemistry, cohesion, and a sense of purpose 8 games into the season? Fans, as always, had plenty to say. The comment sections across social media turned into a digital therapy session for the heartbroken and the fed up. One fan, summing up nearly 3 decades of disappointment, wrote, "Sad since '96, a haunting reference to the last time Dallas hoisted a Lombardi trophy." Another vented directly at the quarterback. "WTH happened to our offense, Dak?" Others didn't bother with subtlety. "Trash," one person wrote, while another flat-out declared, "The Cowboys need a real damn head coach. They're very undisciplined, and it's the defensive coordinator too." Still another fan took it even further. "Defensive coordinator needs to go, along with the whole front seven." It wasn't all venom, though. One small beacon of positivity emerged amid the chaos, with a fan writing, "Brandon Aubrey was the most consistent player in this game." That's right, the kicker. When your kicker is the most consistent performer on the team, you know you've got problems. And those problems start at the top. Jerry Jones, the ever-outspoken owner and general manager, was visibly seething after the loss. His team's staggering inconsistency, as he put it, has crossed the line of tolerance. "I am not happy at all," Jones said bluntly, his tone cutting through the air like a cold wind. He didn't sugarcoat the situation, acknowledging that the Broncos didn't just outscore the Cowboys, they outmuscled them. "They physically beat us," Jones admitted. "Their front, offensive and defensive lines, was formidable. They met us head-on up front." That's not something you often hear from Jerry, a man who's built his brand on bravado and optimism. For him to admit that another team flat-out bullied the Cowboys in the trenches is an indictment of everything from roster construction to coaching strategy. So now, the burning question is, what will Jerry do next? He's already hinted that he's open to making trades, saying he'll look at every proposal that comes across his desk. The implication is clear: nobody's job is safe, and no position is off limits. I'll judge any proposition on the merits of helping this team, Jones said, making it clear he's ready to deal if it means shaking things up. But then he added a dose of realism. We're not just one player away. And he's right. This isn't a situation where one defensive tackle or wide receiver will suddenly fix everything. The issues here are systemic: execution, preparation, leadership, motivation. Those aren't problems you trade your way out of. Those are problems you have to coach and culture your way out of. Still, that won't stop Jerry from trying. His track record shows a man unwilling to sit still while his billion-dollar franchise flounders. If we can bring in a better player and do not have to pay too big a price for it, we'll definitely pay attention to this, he said, his words tinged with both frustration and determination. You can almost see him pacing the halls of the Star in Frisco, mentally flipping through trade scenarios, wondering whether a mid-season shakeup might jolt this roster back to life. But even as he plots, one truth looms large. This loss was about more than talent. It was about heart, discipline, and pride, all of which seemed to vanish somewhere between kickoff and halftime. Prescott's leadership has always been one of his defining traits. He's resilient, measured, accountable, but even his calm demeanor couldn't mask the pain this time. His answers weren't just about stats or missed assignments. They were about spirit. When he said, "We didn't play to our standard," what he really meant was that the Cowboys have lost their edge. They've lost that fire that made them dangerous in the first place. You could sense the internal conflict in his voice, a man torn between belief in his team's potential and the harsh reality that potential means nothing without execution. And that's what's haunting this locker room right now. For Cowboys fans, the déjà vu is unbearable. Every year begins with promise. Every offseason brings hype videos, bold predictions, and endless debates about whether this is the year. And yet, by midseason, the same narratives creep back in. Lack of consistency, questionable play calling, a defense that can't stop the run, and a team that folds under pressure. This loss to Denver was the perfect storm of all those issues colliding at once. The defense, once the pride of this team, was shredded on the ground. The offense, supposed to be revitalized under Brian Schottenheimer, looked lost, sluggish, and unimaginative. Even special teams, aside from Aubrey's leg, couldn't provide the spark they needed. And while everyone is waiting for star cornerback Trayvon Diggs to return from injury, there's a grim understanding that even his presence might not be enough. Jones himself acknowledged as much, saying that until the defense executes better, especially in stopping the run, his headaches will continue. It's a sobering reality. The Cowboys have all the talent in the world, but talent without discipline is just noise. They've got one of the best pass rushers in Micah Parsons, elite receivers, and a veteran quarterback. Yet somehow, the whole remains less than the sum of its parts. What's perhaps most painful for Cowboys Nation is the growing feeling that this might just be who they are, a talented team that teases greatness but never delivers it. Dak's words, honest, raw, and self-critical, mirror the emotions of millions of fans who have been living this cycle for nearly 30 years. They've seen stars come and go, coaches rise and fall, and hype turn to heartbreak. They've seen Jones promise accountability, only to watch history repeat itself. And yet, they keep coming back, because hope, as irrational as it might be, is what binds this fan base together. In the end, Dak Prescott's painful admission wasn't just about one bad game. It was about a deeper truth that's been simmering beneath the surface for years. The Cowboys' biggest opponent isn't the Broncos, the Eagles, or the 49ers, it's themselves. Until they figure out how to conquer their own inconsistency, their own lack of identity, they'll remain trapped in this endless loop of highs and lows. And while fans rage online and Jerry Jones scrambles for answers, the reality is that no trade, no speech, no single performance will fix it overnight. What the Cowboys need isn't a miracle, it's a mirror. They need to look hard at who they are, who they've become, and who they still believe they can be. Only then, if ever, will they finally break free from the ghosts of seasons past. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. The Dallas Cowboys universe has been shaken to its core today, as whispers in the league turned into a shocking revelation. Jerry Jones, the larger-than-life owner who has shaped the Cowboys into one of the most iconic franchises in the NFL, has officially confirmed a move that fans have dreaded but secretly feared. In a statement that felt more like a personal confession than a business announcement, Jones revealed that Dak Prescott, the man many considered the face of the franchise, will be leaving Dallas. The news spread like wildfire, igniting a storm of emotions across social media, in sports bars, living rooms, and even locker rooms. For years, Prescott had been the quarterback around whom the Cowboys built their hopes, the player who carried the weight of expectation with poise, and the linchpin of a team that has been striving, often painfully, to reclaim its place among the NFL elite. The thought of him wearing another uniform is something Cowboys fans are struggling to process. Sources close to the team suggest that the decision didn't come lightly. For Jerry Jones, who is known as much for his deep emotional ties to his players as for his business acumen, this departure represents a seismic shift in the organization. According to insiders, negotiations for Prescott's contract renewal had been fraught with tension, with questions about cap space, long-term guarantees, and strategic direction creating a chasm that neither side could easily bridge. There's a sense that, while Prescott has always expressed loyalty to Dallas, the business realities of the NFL, especially under the strictures of the salary cap, made this parting inevitable. Fans have long speculated about Prescott's future, especially after a season that had its highs and lows, with moments of brilliance shadowed by injury concerns and inconsistent offensive production. Now, those whispers have solidified into a painful reality. The quarterback who led the Cowboys to so many nail-biting finishes and who has been the heart of so many dramatic Sunday showdowns is on his way out. The reaction online has been nothing short of electric. Twitter exploded with heartbreak and disbelief, with hashtags like #DakOut and #CowboyShock trending within minutes of the announcement. Analysts are already speculating where Prescott might land, with some names being tossed around as possible suitors in a rumor mill that shows no signs of slowing down. There's chatter that teams in need of a franchise quarterback could move aggressively to secure him, and while nothing is confirmed, the mere possibility of seeing Dak in another city feels like a betrayal to diehard Cowboys faithful. On fan forums, the debates are furious and emotionally charged, with arguments about Jerry Jones' decision-making, team loyalty, and what this means for the future of the franchise. Some fans are outraged, believing that Jones should have done whatever it took to keep Prescott in Dallas, while others are trying to rationalize the move, pointing to the need for financial flexibility or the desire to rebuild the roster in a new image. From a league perspective, the implications are enormous. Dak Prescott isn't just another quarterback. He's a proven leader, a clutch performer, and a player with a unique combination of poise, arm strength, and football IQ. The Cowboys have built their offensive identity around him, and now the team faces the monumental task of redefining that identity almost overnight. There's speculation that Dallas could pursue a high-profile trade, look to draft a rookie with potential, or even explore free agency for a temporary solution. But none of these options carry the same certainty that Prescott provided. The ripple effect of his departure is being felt beyond Texas, as rival teams immediately start recalculating their strategies, knowing that a quarterback of Prescott's caliber is about to become available. For years, coaches, analysts, and fans have marveled at his ability to perform under pressure, and now everyone is wondering how his departure will reshape the competitive landscape. Adding another layer to this drama is the relationship between Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones. Historically, it has been a complicated, yet respectful partnership. Prescott, drafted in the 4th round in 2016, quickly rose through the ranks, defying expectations and becoming a symbol of hope and resilience. Jones, a man of intense personality and passion, has always been vocally supportive of his quarterbacks, sometimes to the point of controversy. The fact that he is the one delivering this announcement, rather than letting rumors fester, speaks volumes about the weight of the decision. Insiders hint at a private meeting that reportedly lasted for hours, with Jones expressing gratitude for Prescott's contributions, his leadership, and his professionalism, while Prescott, in turn, acknowledged the emotional difficulty of leaving the team that drafted him and the city that embraced him. The human element of this story is profound. This is not a cold business transaction. It's the end of an era. Fans are already reminiscing about the highlights that made Dak Prescott a Cowboys legend. The miraculous fourth-quarter comebacks, The MVP-caliber performances, the leadership in the locker room that inspired teammates week after week. Social media has become a gallery of memories, with clips of iconic plays, emotional post-game speeches, and interviews reminding everyone just how integral Prescott has been to the team's identity. Even casual observers of the NFL are weighing in, recognizing that this departure signals a major shakeup in one of the league's most storied franchises. There's a palpable sense of nostalgia mingled with uncertainty as fans grapple with the knowledge that the familiar sight of Prescott under center will soon be gone. The Cowboys, who have always been larger than life, are facing an existential question. Can they maintain their identity without the quarterback who has become synonymous with their recent history? Speculation about Prescott's next destination is rampant. Teams in desperate need of a proven signal caller are rumored to be making offers, with some insiders suggesting that a blockbuster trade could be on the horizon. The intrigue is palpable. Which city will get to see Dak in their colors? And how will he adapt to a new system, new teammates, and a new fan base? Meanwhile, Cowboys fans are left with the bittersweet task of saying goodbye, even as they cling to hope that the team can find a way to remain competitive in the post-Prescott era. Analysts are dissecting every angle: the impact on Dallas' salary cap, the potential draft strategies, and the psychological effect on a locker room that has relied heavily on Prescott's leadership. The narrative is unfolding in real time, and every rumor, every report, every cryptic social media post is adding fuel to a fire that shows no signs of burning out. In the end, this is more than just a sports story. It's a human story about change, loyalty, and the unpredictable nature of professional football. Jerry Jones' announcement is a reminder that, in the NFL, even the most iconic relationships can reach a turning point, and even the most beloved players can find themselves moving on. As the Cowboys prepare to navigate life without Dak Prescott, the eyes of the football world are watching closely, eager to see how the franchise will reinvent itself and how Prescott will write the next chapter of his career. The air is thick with anticipation, and the speculation, emotion, and drama will continue to swirl for weeks, months, and possibly seasons to come. One thing is certain: the Cowboys will never be the same, and the NFL has just witnessed one of the most heartbreaking, yet fascinating, storylines of the decade. The legend of Dak Prescott in Dallas has reached its climax, leaving fans with memories, heartbreak, and the undeniable truth that in sports, nothing lasts forever, and sometimes, letting go is the only option, no matter how painful it may feel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.